my name is Lindy. 안녕하세요 여러분, 전 Lindy라고 합니다. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to dance AOA's short hair or 단발머리. Okay, so for this video I'm going to be just doing the chorus. So it's going to be starting from the 단발머리 하면 that thing, and then it's going to end up with the oohs, that part. Good. So this first little part, it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8 단발머리 하고 그때 만나러 가 뭔가 좀 자꾸 어색해요. Oh, that part is the beginning. And so what this is you're going to be starting, they're going to hear 네가 어떻게, and on the 어떻게, you're going to just, your hand is like, oh my goodness, it's like, how do you do that? Or like, how does this happen? And you're going to look to the front, and then you're going to take a step out with your right foot. You're going to be taking a step to the right, and you're going to be doing this movement to the right, but your head is going to be facing forward. And as you do this, you're going to be taking a step, and you're going to be bending your knees, and you're going to bend down, hips up to the right, and then back. And if you look, I think Choa's in the middle at this part. She kind of does dum, bum, bum, ba. She kind of down, up a little bit. Some of the other girls just kind of stay the same the whole time. So do what you want, but just know there's a little bit difference. So all that is, it's just step to the right, back, and then one more time, right. And then when you come back the second time, instead of just going back, you're going to slide in your right foot as you straighten up your back leg. Good. And what the other hands are doing at this part, your left hand is just going to stay right here. It's not like up by your hip, it's kind of like the top of your thigh right there. And your hand, your right hand, because their 단발머리 is kind of like short hair or like kind of like medium length hair, which is why I thought this dance was fitting. And your right hair is going to be doing kind of like, you know, washing hair or kind of like that movement. They'll be doing more of that later, but the right hand is just kind of doing it by itself. You don't actually mess up your hair. Most of them are just kind of making it look like they're touching their hair, but without actually doing it. And that's just gonna go the whole time as you 단발머리 하고 in. And when you go in, you're going to have your hands up here. It's going to just slide down. So if you look from the front, it's just going to touch and slide down just kind of to chest area. It's not too much of a slide. Yeah, so it's just going to be, from the beginning, it'll be 5, 6, 내가 어떻게 단발머리 하고, just like that. After that, after you 단발머리 하고 in, 그대 만나러, all you're gonna do is after you're in here, you're just going to be bending your legs again, and then you're gonna be pushing your hips back, and then bring up your hips, straighten, and then bring the rest of your body. So it's just this move with your hips. And as you do that, you're going to do a little kind of waving. You're not waving like this, but it's kind of like hello, like you're gonna be moving your fingers, ba, like that, right next to your head. Good, so all together, that's going to look like 내가 어떻게 단발머리 하고 그대 만나러 가. Good, and right after this, after 만나러 가, hit, all this is your right hand is going to come to the left side of your chest, and you're going to be kind of hitting with that middle finger, and you're going to slide it across and kind of let it come off, almost like you're gliding against water, like you're not going like this. It's kind of like a glide hit. And as you do this, boom, you're going to be picking up your left knee, and that's going to turn you to the left side, and then you're going to end up with your body facing the left. Good, and your right hand just kind of comes off, but kind of keep it delicate. So it's going to look like 단발머리 하고 그대 만나러 가, hit. After that, hit, 네가 좀 자꾸. On the 자꾸, you're landing your foot here, right before that. Your hands are going to come down and you're going to switch so that now your right leg is bent, your left leg is straight. After that, you're going to be bringing up your right hand. It's going to be kind of with your thumb, almost like you're hitchhiking, but it's going to be thumb towards your mouth, and you're going to be picking up that right knee like this. Good. So it's going to look like 단발머리 하고 그대 만나러 가, hit, 뭔가 좀 자꾸 어색해. Good. So it's on the 어색해. You're going to end up here. On the yo, you're going to be lifting up that hip just like this. And all that is if you look from the front, you're here. It's literally just picking up that hip, keeping everything else the same, and then putting it back down. So it is a little bit of a balance thing, but just practice it like that. So 어색해요 up, down, and then put down your right foot. And then when they say oh a second time, oh, all you're gonna do, your right hand's up here, your right hand's gonna come down in a fist. It's gonna swipe from left to right, keeping your arms straight, and that's gonna turn your body back around to the right so you can do the 단발머리 move again. Good, so let's go back from the beginning, do it up to there, and we'll move on. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 내가 어떻게 단발머리 하고 그대 만나러 가. 뭔가 좀 자꾸 어색해요. Down, oh, yes. Good. Okay, after that, so after you, oh, oh. One more time, you're gonna do this 단발머리 move. It's gonna be the same up through here. So it's going to be 단발머리 하고, and now it's going to be 지난 나를 잊고 난 새롭게 태어날 거예요. It's gonna be my do-do. Good, and so what this little thing is happening here, so again, the 단발머리 is the same, 단발머리 하고. After this, on 지난 나를, all that is you're going to be taking a step to the right, and you're going to have that right leg be then straight, and then bend your left leg as you switch. And as you do that, here, you're with your right hand, it's going to be coming up to the left, and kind of like you're grabbing something one at a time with your pinky finger starting. You're going to go to the left, and when you do this, really kind of push your hip out to the right, so that it's not just like this, it's more like your chest is going to go down as your hand goes down and up, and that's kind of shifting because your hip's going out to the right. So because your hip goes to the right, that makes it a bit easier to kind of get that swoop down with your shoulder and chest kind of thing to happen. Good, good. So after you, 단발머리 하고 지난 나를, it's going to be on the 를 of 나를, 지난 나를 잊고, you don't do anything, and then after the 잊고, you're going to down with your hands, one in front of the other, and then you're going to pull up to your right, and this will change for the different girls, but again, I'm watching the center. So your hands just down up to your right hip, and then they're going to go down as you're moving to the left, so your legs are straight, and then you're going to bring in your right leg as they come crossed right in front of left, just like this. So it's going to look like here, and right hip, straightening, right knee in. Ooh, yeah, right knee in, and your hands are over your chest. Good, and with the lyrics, that's going to be 단발머리 하고 지난 나를 잊고 난 새롭. Good. 난 새롭게. On the 게 of 새롭게, you're going to be here. You're going to switch your knees so that now your left knee is bent, and as you do that, your hands are going to come up and around. Your palms are going to be facing outside, kind of like if you're in a globe and your hands are trying to trace the globe up like this. Good, and your hands are going to move. They're here. Your hands are going to move as your left knee switches. It's going to look like that. Good, so all together, that's going to look like 단발머리 하고 지난 나를 잊고 난 새롭게. Good. 난 새롭게 태어날 거예요. All she does in the middle is she just kind of folds, so she's here. She folds her arms to the front very slowly like this. You can bend your knee. I think she starts walking forward. So just bend your arms, and then on the it's gonna be mine. Okay, my phone died, so this is a little, if this looks a little disjointed, that's fine. Anyway, so I think we were from here, the first part, so before we did this. So you're here, on it's gonna be mine. This is what it looks like. Your hands are gonna be in fists, but they're gonna be flexed up like this. So if you look from the side, this is normal. This is what they're gonna look like. And you're gonna be placing your left and then your right over your left. And it's gonna be, it's gonna be mine, and then the oohs are going to start for the ooh, 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 down 날씨가. The oohs are going to be a bit over the mine. They happen at the same time in the lyrics. And so what you're going to be doing for these oohs, your hands are here the whole time. They're going to be straight in front, so don't bend your arms at all. Make sure that they're kind of like a little bit in front of you and they're straight down. All these are for the legs is you're going to be taking a step out to the right, keep your toes pointed forwards, and your legs are going to be straight the entire time. So it's not like bending and your knees and doing the hips, it's keeping them straight hips are rocking from side to side, and you're gonna kind of focus on hitting to the right. So imagine you're hitting the right wall, right wall, right wall. So keeping your body weight a little bit more shifted onto that right leg, because otherwise it's gonna be too hard to go back and forth equally. So again, shifting to the right, because that's where they're doing it. Good. And as you do this, you're going to be bending slowly forward. So you're going to be going forward for 4 hips, and then you're gonna be going up on 2 hips. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 6. Good, on the 5, 6. And after that, you're going to down, up. And on the 6, you stop your hips moving. So your hips are moving the entire time before that. But when they get to the 6 count, they stop for the down, up. And if you look from the side, all that is you're here. It's just bend forward and come back. Good, so all together it'll be, it's gonna be mine, ooh, 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 down. And then when you come up, you're actually gonna bring your right foot in, and your hands are gonna come down to either side in fists. And then they're going to start saying, 날씨가, and then on the 좋아요, 분위기 참 좋아요, oh, here. That's the next little part. And what's happening with here is what your hands are doing is they're gonna be coming behind your head, and you're gonna pretend like you're kind of shampooing your hair or whatever, but most of the girls don't actually hit their hair. Some of them who have really long hair kind of do, but you don't actually have to move your hair like this and mess up your hair. They actually kind of just pretend like they do. And as they do that, they're gonna be taking steps with their feet. So you're gonna be starting by taking a step with your right foot, and stay really bouncy and stay on your toes, because that's gonna allow you to make your knees move from side to side really easily, because that's kind of what they're doing, is like they're really moving their hips and their knees. So like when they take a step to the right, your hips really shift to the right, and then you step to the left, hips shift to the left. Keep your body facing forward, but let your hips and knees move. On 날씨가 좋아요, 3, and then you come down. So you're gonna be doing 3 of those moves till you come your feet and hands together like this. On the 분위기 참, and then on the 좋아요, you're gonna be starting again with that right foot is gonna keep doing the same walks as before. Step, 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 same exact thing. But now you're gonna be having your left hand behind your body like this. Right hand is gonna come up, keep your elbow in. It's not gonna be doing this crazy move. You're gonna be here. Your finger is going to be facing the ceiling, and it's gonna twirl, and your palm is facing towards your body. Good, so it's gonna twirl like this. Here, 2, 3, and then come together. This is the starting move for the next ooh things. Good, so altogether that's going to look like after you. 5, 6, down, 날씨가 좋아요. 3, together, 좋아요. Boom, together again. Good, and then we just do the same thing again that we just did with the oohs. So take a step out to the right, and it'll be down, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, down, together. And then they're gonna be starting the same things I did before. 날씨가 좋아요, 3, together on the 4, that's all the same. And then they're gonna be saying, I'm sure it's gonna be mine, down, up. And what this little bit is you're just gonna be taking a step out to the left. Your hand is behind your hips again, like it did before. And what you're doing with your hand is you're gonna be kind of pretending like you're making a figure 8, almost with like a rope. You're gonna be doing that, because it's not exactly like a circle, it's more like a figure 8 movement. Down to the left, down to the right. And then instead of completing that figure 8, you're gonna go straight up, and then down, up. Yeah, so again, just the hands. It's going to be figure 8 to the left, and up, down, up. Good, and what that looks like with the hips, what you're doing with the hips, I'm sure it's on gun. Your right hand comes down to the left, and you're gonna be bending both your knees as your knees face the right. And then when your right hand comes down to the right side, you straighten your legs. And then when your hand straightens, you're gonna bend. And then when it comes down, straighten your legs, and then bend your legs again as your hand comes up. Yeah, so it's going to look like, I'm sure it's gonna be mine, down, up with your hands. Good, and that's the whole chorus. So if we go back to the, let's go to the back to the second oohs, so we can do the ending, and then we'll move back a bit further. Cool, so it'll be 좋아요, 6, together, ooh, 2, 3, 4, up, 6, down. 날씨가 좋아요. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Good. Gonna be mine or gonna be fine. It's one of those. Let's go back to the second 단발머리, to the ending, and then we'll do the whole thing with counts. Or lyrics, really. Okay. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8 단발머리 하고 지는 날을 잊고. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8 단발머리 하고 지난 날을 잊고 난 새롭게 태어날 거예요. It's gonna be mine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Down. 날씨가 좋아요. 분위기 참 좋아요. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down. 날씨가 좋아요. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Down, up. Good. Okay, now let's go back into the beginning and do the whole thing with counts. So it'll start with the 5, 6. 내가 어떻게 단발머리 하고 5, 6. 내가 어떻게 단발머리 하고 그대 만나러 가 뭔가 좀 자꾸 어색해요. 단발머리 하고 지난 날을 잊고 난 새롭게 태어날 거예요. It's gonna be mine. Ooh, 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 ooh. 날씨가 좋아요. 분위기 참 좋아요. Ooh, 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 ooh. Down. 날씨가 좋아요. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Down, up. Good. And that's all for today's video. If you liked today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. 여러분 오늘 봐주셔서 감사드리고 이 영상을 재미있게 보셨으면 구독, 좋아요하고 댓글을 많이 남겨주세요. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.